Yo, 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 what's going on? Planet X Radio. This is the Planet Resistance Sunday show. Today we got our special guest, Hellraiser, aka Heaven Razah, and just wanted to bring him to y'all on Planet X Radio, and so y'all can see what he has to say. If you got any chat questions, throw them in the chat room, and we'll make sure to ask Rays when we're ready.
Wings up.
Yes, yes. So first and foremost, Rays, just shout out your links and wherever people could check you out, websites and whatnot.
Well, my Facebook is Hellraiser and Heavenraiser. I got a Heavenraiser Facebook page and I got a Hellraiser Facebook page. And I got Twitters for both of them too. A Heavenraiser Twitter and a Hellraiser Twitter too. Razor Rubies with a Z, not with the S.
Yes, yes. Follow at Razor Rubies, at Heaven Razor, and also check them out on SoundCloud.
Yep, my SoundCloud is Heavenraiser too, and my MySpace too.
Good shit, good shit. So, yeah, man. We just, I guess first and foremost, I guess one of the first questions everybody want to know is what new projects you got on the horizon, and obviously you just dropped the Heaven Razor solo LP. So everybody could go get that at Underground Hip Hop and iTunes.
Yep. I got a few projects. Got a lot of projects in it. I got the Heavenraiser Part 2 album.
Yes, yes.
And then I got the Heavenly Cartel album.
Okay, word.
Got the Heavenly Cartel album produced by Tokyo Cigar.
Word up, word up. And yeah, I think I saw something about that on Wikipedia. Is that one of the cross-genre projects that you're working on? Because I saw that you're doing a couple multi-genre projects coming out.
I got a lot of albums going on. I got me and Fourth Disciple got the Part 2 to Freedom of Speech. Article 2 is done.
And cats can cop the first one over on Fourth's site there? Or you guys got a link for the Freedom of Speech Part 1?
Nope.
Okay, word. Good shit. So, kind of had a random one for you. We were just wondering what was your favorite project you've done, either solo or group, and whether you had multiple favorites or just one that particularly stood out to you.
Renaissance Child.
Good shit. And definitely pick that up, everybody. There's a couple crazy joints from that up on YouTube.
My number 2 project is Razor's Ladder with Blue Sky Black Death.
Hell yeah. Dope.
And then the third will be Freedom of Speech with me and Fourth Disciple.
Good stuff. All good records for sure. I saw an interview with you right around when Renaissance Child came out. You were talking about how you were involved with everything up to the artwork, to the production, to the rhymes.
On all my projects, I do that.
Good stuff.
We got the Maccabees album too. Me, Killer Priest, and Tim O'Kane.
Sick.
Produced by Fabrizio Stati.
Good stuff. We're ready for that. I saw recently you dropped some knowledge on the New World Order and some of the what's going on in the music industry right now. I noticed you've been talking a lot about that. There's a lot of this homo thugging and homosexuality, whatnot, with dudes dressing up in skirts and kissing each other in pictures and on camera. And it just seemed like you weren't real pleased with the direction that was going in.
I'm not.
I can't blame you. That's definitely not good. But with underground artists like yourself dropping, real, spiritual hip hop and real music, do you feel like that's at all, kind of like fighting against all the way all that pop stuff is going now?
Yeah, it's this thing called the Boule Society, right? You probably could look it up on YouTube. Boule. And Steve Coakley is breaking it down about it. Steve Coakley, Cokeley. Steve Coakley.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we'll check that out for sure.
And that's why the music is the way it is. The music that's out is because they want that. They want that to be out like that.
Yeah, so they're guiding it in that direction to kind of force that output of that.
Exactly. Like with the whole tight jeans shit with the hip hop is baggy jeans. Mm-hmm. So this tight jeans shit, I'm not feeling that. The tight jeans and the button up shit, that's not hip hop. Hip hop is hoodies, fucking new era fitted caps, if you want to say that, and a bandana, and do rags and shit like that.
Now, Lord Jamar recently made that joint where he kind of called out Kanye for wearing the skirt there, or whatever they're calling it, a kilt. Did you have a chance to hear his new joint at all?
Yes, I did. That's my brother, and I shout out to Lord Jamar too. That's my brother. Grand Poobah is actually on he's on my album too.
Hell yeah, the brand Nubian click.
Grand Poobah on the joint that Fourth Disciple produced. That's on Freedom of Speech Part 2, Article 2. It's called Right to Bear Arms.
Hell yeah, good shit. And actually, speaking of the right to bear arms right now, what do you think about everything going on right now with them trying to reinstate the assault weapons ban and crack down on background checks and whatnot? Do you think there's actually any merit to any of that, or does that just kind of hurt legal gun owners and not really do much to do anything with illegal violence?
That just violates your citizenship as a person. That's because they planning to own you. You probably owned already with just having a social security number.
Definitely. And that just kind of disarms the population, so there can't be any sort of, opposition to their agenda.
Exactly. And then you had the Sean Bell shit with the Sean Bell shit too.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot of instances of that. Many instances of that. Some of which go unmentioned. Now, I saw you dropped 2 albums in 2007. Was it Renaissance Child or Razah's Ladder? Did you plan to drop 2 records, or that was just the time that you finished the material and it just was ready to drop?
I work hard, so I constantly. That's why right now, like Heaven Razor 2 is done already. Freedom of Speech Part 2 is done already. I work hard. While everybody want to party and bullshit, like Biggie said, I don't fucking go to parties unless it's some shit that's important for me to be at.
Hell yeah.
Other than that, to go to somebody else's release party type shit. All right, well, y'all go ahead. I'll see y'all later. I'm going to the studio to record. I got shit to do.
Hell yeah. Getting shit done.
Yo, man, why you don't want to go to party? You know why? Because those motherfuckers is working like me.
Hell yeah. Let me see if anybody had any questions for you. No, looks like they're just listening along. Okay, so yeah, the next question that we were wondering about was you've worked on a number of group projects now, to your newest Thug Angels stuff, to back with Sunz Of Man and the Black Market Militia. We were just wondering, how are the group dynamics different of working with so many different group projects? Do you change your writing process at all, or do you just kind of write the way you normally do for solo projects and just implement that into the group dynamic?
Nah, with a group, it's more actually, because it's more and more talent. So you write harder. When I do my solo projects, I write harder because I'm alone. When I do group projects like the Black Market Militia, it's not so much work on one person.
Yeah, you definitely have to write more material to fill up the solo tracks.
You gotta do the hooks. I write my own shit. Like it's not like I need help. Yo, yeah, help me to do this, help me to do that. No.
That actually brings up an interesting point. I know from following your feed that you watch some of the new hip hop battles from time to time. And there's since you just brought that up, there's just this huge controversy recently where one of the Canadian battle rappers was exposed for buying bars for his battles online from another American battle rapper.
Wow, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's like this kid literally printed up the PayPal receipts and their Facebook conversations and literally had the proof, and he passed it out into the crowd that this kid had. Okay, it gets worse though. From when that kid bought bars, he won a tournament and won $5,000 and was the winner and got a title match from the bars that he bought. So it actually.
So that's not freestyle. That's pay style.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So this kid actually.
I just did a movie. Freestyle 101 that's gonna be coming out soon. It got a lot of. It's based on the freestyle game. So it got a lot of freestyle artists. Iron Solomon is in it. Mm-hmm. Super Nat is in it.
Hell yeah.
A lot of with the URL TV, all that kind of shit. But the main ones that stand out with the left of impact probably made it to the movie, I guess.
Hell yeah, and you had the Razah code out back in 2006 as well, from which is another documentary project you did.
Yeah, I'm doing another one of those too.
Sick. And is that going to be available on your website or just typical hip hop outlets?
I may just put it together with my album like I did with the Renaissance Child.
Outstanding, yeah, hell yeah. I'll we'll definitely be checking for that here at Planet X Radio. So we noticed you've been shouting out the Ghetto Government Official Squadron in a lot of your work, and I think a lot of people were wondering about that. So just tell us a bit about that if you can.
The Ghetto Government is something I put together. It's a global thing. It's a lot of chapters in different states with that. I got a lot of chapters in this state with that.
Hell yeah. So that's like the secret international Razah Squadron.
Pretty much.
Good shit. Yeah, we definitely want to see what's up with that. And
Scripture is in that. Shout out to my brother Scripture too.
Shout out to Scripture. He should be listening. Follow him at Scripture1227. He should be tuning in tonight. It's our homie. I wanted to ask you. I know you post a lot of like just crazy stuff on your Heaven Razah feed. So we were just wondering like what your general thoughts were about religion and this kind of new age agenda that's being pushed with the documentary films like Zeitgeist and whatnot that kind of push towards the whole new age agenda. We were just wondering if you had any thoughts on that.
Got a lot of thoughts on that because a lot of that shit is why a lot of shit be happening. And it's pushed on you. It's actually pushed on the children because they don't understand it yet. So I asked a lot of people, did you see Zeitgeist on Netflix? They like, nah, that's not on Netflix. I said, man, you go on Netflix probably looking at a whole bunch of shit that you don't even need to bother with. But look up Zeitgeist on it and watch that shit. Because religion plays a part in a lot of shit. A whole lot of shit. Religion means to do over a group of people. That's why all religions don't have no common ground with each other. They all borrow from each other's stuff, but there's no common agreement for them.
Definitely.
Because it means to divide. It means to divide. So if you under religion, you're gonna be divided.
Hell yeah.
You're gonna be divided.
Yeah, absolutely. That kind of plays into my second half of the question there. So do you think with the whole new age zeitgeist agenda targeting the younger audiences that there's going to be like more defections or mass defections from the three organized religions or whatever the rest of the other organized religions are? Are we going to be looking at a decline from the mass numbers of people that have followed them up to this time?
It's a control thing. These are control freaks that's and control everything. That's why this shit with this war, they go into a war with Iran, that's gonna be a big deal. Because they got money for war. War is not cheap, man. That's expensive shit to get involved in.
Mm-hmm.
And if they get involved in the Iran war, that's gonna be big shit. Because they got money for, they ain't at war with nobody right now. So they got money for that kind of shit.
Definitely.
The same way with the whole thing with the Barack and the Osama shit. He was pretty much used as the zookeeper to clean the cage that George Bush shit did in the cage when he was in there. So they used him to clean all that shit out.
Definitely. Yeah, so, it's interesting that Osama had those ties to the Bush family as well. So, I mean, look at it and say, like, yeah, of course these guys never found him. They weren't looking for him. They were best friends. You know what I mean? So
they knew where he was at in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't want to. It's propaganda. When wars come, it's propaganda with war.
Absolutely.
They knew all that shit. They knew about the shit coming here and all that. Cause they was over there fucking with they shit. They was over in Afghanistan because they need the oil. See, they got this thing where they ain't worried about the stars in the heavens. They worried about what's going on up there. So you need oil to get them shuttles and shit up there. So the only nation that got that is over there. So that's why they try to get it from over there. They got rid of Saddam and then Osama. So now with this Iran shit, because Iran gonna take over that shit after they remove them too.
Definitely. So with the expansion of the oil into the space programs, are we looking at they're ultimately going to try to weaponize space and try to set all their weapons out there to try to have a greater, stronger stronghold on the Earth?
They're going to try to do what they did to America out there in the universe now.
Mm-hmm. With the expansionism and try to, you think they'll try to expand their resource gathering to other planets and whatnot?
Exactly.
Definitely.
That's the plan.
Could definitely see that happening.
Because nobody but Russia got the money to play that game right now. And they ain't gonna want to get into no wars with no people like that. And see, that's why the shit with the Iran shit. Because that's another... Russia and Iran, they got money for wars. America got to be crazy to even fuck with them. And Japan does too. Because everything that's in the United States is not made in the United States. Most of the shit that we got from the cars, technology, computers, television, all that shit is not made here.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
It's all made out the country. You go to war with them motherfuckers, they stop all that shit. The whole country, United States, is in trouble.
Definitely.
And then they act like everybody doing something they ain't supposed to do. But they invading their countries and shit, stealing their shit. You go to a doctor, you go to a hospital, you see nothing but foreigners in there.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's crazy. I mean, especially if you look at the map, it's like, you know, the West already went into Iraq. They already went into Afghanistan. You know, now they're saying there's a huge vein of lithium in Afghanistan, and that goes into all cell phone batteries. Everyone has a cell phone now, so it's just like the amount of parallels just get stunning after a while.
It's like that because they want to control everything.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Because nobody use a home phone no more. Everybody's cell phones, computers, internet, all that kind of shit.
Microchips, and you can put a RFID chip in.
And that's next too.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, going back to the propaganda as well, it's like you said, you know, once they sent Obama to clean up the shit, you know, now we got like the Zero Dark 30 movie out, you know what I mean, about killing Osama bin Laden. And it's just like anything that happens now can just like easily be turned around into a Hollywood film in like less than a couple years. You know what I mean? After the event happens, and it totally plays into the propaganda machine.
Hollywood is a big circus. It's a big magical circus. That's all that shit is over there.
And they're probably just as much involved into the whole New World Order agenda just as much as the music industry, if not more, because they've had their whole symbolism and sigils involved in their pictures, you know, going way back.
Hollywood, take off the wood and put weird. Hollywood.
For sure. For sure. We've got a couple questions here in the chat for you from a couple Razah fans. This first one is, what was your catalyst to go from hell to heaven, Razah, and how did you make such a spiritual turnaround?
It was a transfiguration. It was like Transformers. Hellraiser just transformed to Heaven Razah, and then Heaven Razah transforms into El Raziel.
Mm-hmm. So it's like a metamorphosis?
Pretty much, yup.
For sure, for sure. Good shit. All right, go back to the script here. What would you say the difference now between the recording in the golden era and the modern era of hip-hop? What are the big differences that you've noticed since you've been around, you know, and seen this stuff?
The digital situation changed everything.
Mm-hmm.
It changed everything, and the social network system got higher,
mm-hmm.
which make a lot of people more lazy.
For sure.
A lot of artists their albums is upsetting their fans now.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Because of the digital shit. It's less competitive shit out.
So you think the whole standard has just been lowered from people getting lazy to putting out the fast computer recordings and not taking as much time on the...
Exactly. Everything is done fast now.
Mm-hmm. Just get it out there like fast food and just not worry too much about putting quality into the...
And that's exactly what it is. It's the fast food industry of music now.
Mm-hmm.
It's microwave music now.
Definitely. Definitely.
And you can hear this shit in the music when you hear it.
That's the truth.
You hear it, you like, yo, this guy's more talented than this. What the fuck is he doing?
Yeah. Definitely. Oh, shit.
Bunch of microwave music, man.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely garbage. I can agree with you there. What that being said, are there any new MCs that you've heard or up and coming artists from any other genres other than hip hop that you think are somewhat talented compared to, like, obviously the vast majority are not?
Nope. The only one that been quiet that I could say was Jay Electronica.
Yeah, definitely. We've talked about him on the show. But from what I've seen in the news, it seems like he's been caught up in some weird shit too, you know what I mean? Maybe dealing with the wrong people, who knows?
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. It's like, it just kind of gives you that feeling that whenever you see an artist maybe trying to do something positive, it seems like they kind of get derailed by those forces, but one can never really know for sure.
That's what happened to Lauryn Hill.
Exactly. Here's a couple from my co-host, man, who's having a little mic trouble. The first is, do you think mainstream media is becoming less credible as an information source since there's so many more independent sources out now?
Yup.
Probably just less people will probably be paying attention to it as time goes on.
If independent music had as much backing as mainstream does, it would be a big difference on a lot of impact of everything.
Oh yeah.
Why there's no conscious radio station that's mainstream?
Mm-hmm.
Because you know why? They don't want you to be that smart.
Mm-hmm. They don't want to promote that.
They don't want that type of smartness running around town.
They gotta dumb it down
so they can be in control of everything.
Absolutely.
And that's why this boule thing with these rappers that join this boule thing.
Mm-hmm.
Boule is pretty much the black Skull and Bones, the black version of the Skull and Bones Society.
Okay. Definitely. Yeah, I think I heard of it. I'll just have to look into it further. I definitely have seen a lot about Skull and Bones, though. There's a good movie, The Good Shepherd, with Robert De Niro, that actually covers quite a bit on the Skull and Bones. The other question from my co-host here was about cross-genre solidarity. And since you've been working on a number of cross-genre solidarity projects, it's just a question we usually ask all of our guests, whether they come from a hip-hop background or elsewhere. But do you think that there's more like unity and solidarity among independent genres of music, more in the underground, just because it seems like people are more likely to support each other in the independent scene?
Yup, because that's the truth, actually. Mm-hmm. It's hard over here in the United States because everybody does the same thing. That yo, you want to hear my beats? Oh, I'm a producer.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, listen to this song. Oh, I'm a rapper.
Yep.
Everybody does the same thing, so it's just no support there.
Definitely.
Outside the country, they support because they respect it more. It's more of a respect factor.
Absolutely. You kind of touched on this question a little bit earlier, but it's, with the whole digital age, from switching over to analog, but it was the studio recording standard is different, from the 90s is different to the computer recording now.
Yeah, because there's no more 2-inch reels. You're using Pro Tools now.
Yeah, exactly. Because you guys were recording on like the DAT tapes back then with the actual physical tape on it.
And that was all the best albums.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of these kids don't even know what DAT tapes are now. They don't know anything but an MP3.
And that's a big deal because you know why? Because that goes right back into that microwave music shit.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Well, anyone could just hop on the keyboard that their mom bought them and just press record now. And it comes with a computer microphone, sometimes built into the screen. So you don't really have to do any of that, hard work of looking for a microphone and setting up a studio anymore.
And like Reasons took over the whole 2-inch reel studio shit and made it converted to being digital.
Yep. Exactly. What are your thoughts on as far as the production aspect of that, from the whole beat making process going over from the old SP12s and the analog and physical beatboxes to just a lot of it being digital now? I mean, you've been working with Fourth Disciple and producers like of that cloth forever. So what do you think about the beats? Are a lot of the digital beats like weaker now than what you used to hear back in the 90s?
Yes, they are, because it's more computery.
Mm-hmm. Just sounds like a lot of loops.
And it is. They're using Fruity Loops and shit like that. There's no more ASRs coming to the studio when you record it now.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be ASR machines coming in there with their machines, but now they just bring a laptop
mm-hmm.
and whip out Fruity Loops. Or you can load this up for me?
Yep.
And it's like, where's what you mean load it up? Nah, cause I use Fruity Loops.
Yeah, exactly.
All that Fruity Loop shit And all that reason shit just took over all of the good music shit.
Definitely.
Because they in a hurry to get your music out.
Definitely.
And artists is in a hurry to get paid. So it works good for the labels.
Yep, so there's just a whole rush on the whole project now to just get it out from start to finish and
exactly
not worry too much about quality control.
Everybody's in a hurry to hurry up and wait.
Well, it's crazy because, you know, it goes up on iTunes right away, but half those records leak, you know, 2-3 weeks early on the internet, you know, and even when these big artists like 50 Cent, someone who sold 12 million records, you know, back in 2001, goes out there and says like the piracy like hurt my album. Now he's only selling 600,000, you know, and it's like no one even pays attention to it. The fans don't care. So there's like, it's almost like unstoppable at this point. It's like, yeah, the records go up online fast, but they also get leaked out and half the people download them for free, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm. And that shit is crazy because you know what? It's not like they ain't got money to fix this shit.
Yeah, exactly. There's been a lot of crazy stuff going on with the cannabis plant legalization with Washington State and Colorado both legalizing it, and as well as like a lot of other stuff going on in other states. Even Kentucky is looking at lifting on the ban on hemp. Do you have any thoughts of a lot of that stuff? You think the people are just way ahead of the government on that one as usual, or?
What it is that medical marijuana has an impact right now where it's needed for certain things in the states. So in this country, so now they're gonna promote the shit and push it now, because that's money. They want to divide. That's going to interrupt the FDA shit. And when you got to take all these medicines to do shit, now you're going to find out shit like medical marijuana. Ben was able to do that shit.
Absolutely. So you think the momentum will keep staying behind it until eventually the majority of the states in the union have legalized medical marijuana?
Yup. They're gonna legalize it here soon. Because you know why? People out this country is leaving to go to places where they could do the shit like in Amsterdam. They could just go there. Speaking of Amsterdam, me and my producer Shroom, Psychedelic, we got an album together too. He produced the whole shit.
Mm-hmm.
All my projects is like that. It's me with a producer doing the whole shit. I've been doing that. That's I'm gonna keep it going. The Thug Angels album is like that. Ayatollah produced that whole album, and then the Freedom of Speech is like that with me and Fourth Disciple, Chemistry too. And me and Bronze Nazareth is planning to do one too together.
Yeah, definitely. Those are all going to be dope. I actually saw some of those listed. We're having some questions about where to purchase your albums. I know a good lot of them are on iTunes, but is there anywhere else that's the best place to find your records besides like iTunes and undergroundhiphop.com?
Or Nature Sounds, go to naturesounds.com or Nature Sounds website.
Good stuff. Just trying to make sure I get all that stuff answered for the people that want to know. This is one from my man DJ Resistance here, my co-host from the UK. Is unity between people more important now than ever in order for underground music to get the message heard over the corporate industry? Basically going to everything we were talking about before with the mainstream clogging up all the channels with nonsense.
Yes, because everybody got the same problem is going to gather up. They're going to group together.
Mm-hmm.
That's what brings revolutions to anything.
Definitely.
Because you got musicians in other countries with this Same damn problems, one around. So they group together. They end up getting in groups together.
Hell yeah, definitely. This other one kind of goes along with what we were talking about to the other side. Is there always, and you've been in the industry, you know, to know a lot more about this than most of these new artists that are popping up now, but is there always the threat of corporate infiltrators exploiting the underground market, trying to send their mainstream people in there to, you know, try to find out what's hot and try to take whatever that is and exploit it?
Yes, that's a fact. I'm glad whoever brought that shit up, because that's a big fact. Because you know what? That's been going on for the longest. That's just like, how the hell Rakim hasn't came out and he been on fucking Aftermath for years now.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it taking him so long to release an album over there?
Yeah, dude. I was waiting for that too. I know the feeling.
Then you got Game and everybody just jump out and they throwing albums out left and right, left and right.
Mm-hmm. And even Kendrick Lamar, I mean, he's pretty young. But what bugs me the most about that situation is, like, Rakim came back to New York or whatever, and he dropped that 7th Seal record, but it didn't have any of the material that he supposedly recorded with Dre. So if they ever did anything, none of it ever got released, which makes the whole thing even stranger.
It makes it weird because you know why? He's an established artist in this game, so it's not like he should have anybody playing those kind of tricks with him.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Not even established artists, like top tier, upper echelon, maybe possibly the best of all time. So it's like, it's not like anyone doesn't know him who knows hip hop, even now. All right, yeah, I'll get one more question, then we'll probably just take a little break, play Heaven Razah joints, and we'll come back. I think this was also from my man Rez. Actually, I'll give you 2 more questions because somebody had one in the chat. Do you think that there was more unity between different musical genres in the 80s and 90s when those styles were first emerging, as where it seems like you don't see as much, you know, genre projects like the ones you're doing and stuff like that? Besides like pop and everything else, it seems like the rest of the genres don't really blend as much as they used to.
That's because the artist is too secretive with their music now.
For sure.
And competition is intimidation to them.
Definitely. So there's the whole risk of being outshined.
Exactly. That's why they wouldn't do it. They would never do that.
But
like when we did Black Market, it wasn't no fear of who's gonna outshine who on it. That's why that album is so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Because it wasn't like, oh, you know, he's gonna outshine me. I don't think I'm gonna get on this shit.
Yeah, exactly.
We had fun creating that record. And there wasn't a whole bunch of fear of, oh, you know, I'm worried about this and I'm worried about my fans and dumb shit like that.
Hell yeah. So everybody was just down for the cause, and you think nowadays more of the artists just go into the project with a bunch of just premeditated thoughts about themselves and how they're going to look if they're not going to get the right shine?
It's just like when certain albums come out and got a lot of features on your shit.
Mm-hmm.
You got a lot of features that you could tell, like, why do you got so many features on this record?
Starts to turn out more like a compilation or a mixtape.
Exactly.
Word up, definitely. Yeah, so our homegirl Bliss wanted to know what you're reading at the moment, if anything.
What I'm reading?
Yeah.
I'm reading the Kabbalah right now.
Word up.
I'm reading that and Robert Greene Mastery.
Outstanding. Outstanding. All right, excellent stuff, Raze. I'm going to go ahead and take a short break here, play a couple more Heaven Razah tracks. And if anybody has any more questions, shout them out in the chat, and we'll be right back with Heaven Razah.
Yes, and all the listeners, support my brothers here, the resistance, because they bring you the truth. They bring you the truth, and if you don't get it, you gonna be just caught up in the system with the rest of these lost and dumb people. And I don't think you're gonna want that. So support them.
Thank you very much, sir. We're gonna be using that for a drop.
It's the truth. Use it. They need to hear this shit.
Just be smart, y'all. Be smart. That's why y'all tune into Planet X Radio, Planet Resistance. All right, we're going to get a couple more joints on. We'll be right back with Razah. Throw your questions in the chat and keep them coming. Shout out to my man, DJ Rez. Planet X Radio, Planet Resistance, Sunday radio show. We're back. We got Hell Razah, a.k.a. Heaven Razah, Thug Angel, many other projects, Black Market Militia. You heard his stuff.
Maccabees.
Yep. All that stuff. Had a couple more questions from the chat during the break for you. My man Maccabee the Rebel from my group Guerrilla Alliance was wondering if there's any artists that you would like to work with. I'm assuming that you haven't collabed with yet.
I never thought about that.
No worries. We can always come back to it.
I gotta think about that because they would be pretty odd type of shit. Like Lauryn Hill would be somebody I would love to work with, but she going through some changes right now. So whenever she's get back on track to shit.
Def. Most def. Let's see here. There were a couple others. We already kind of spoke on it, but do you think mainstream artists leech ideas from independent artists to look for inspiration from them? And it certainly seems that way.
They watch their mistakes, and that's what makes them a better mainstream artist.
Mm-hmm.
They watch the mistakes of the underground, and they do what they didn't do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So they kind of use it as a test.
Mm-hmm. It's like the blueprint. It's like an X-ray machine.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. Scat here said he doesn't believe in religion. He doesn't know if that's good or bad, but he has friends that are Moors. So he wants to know, do you think the Moorish people good, or do they have dark secrets also?
The Moors is good. They're not so much religion.
Mm-hmm.
Religion is a business.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that's involved in business shit, give me money for this, give me money for that kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
That shit don't got nothing to do with no spirituality.
So as soon as a prophet gets involved, it's just automatically an agenda for that prophet, no matter what.
Because in a church, if you want to pay tithes and offerings, and it's supposed to do all this shit, then help. If you just walk past somebody to get in a church that was hungry or needed something, well, you was better off giving him the fucking money.
Mm-hmm.
You go to church and they never get the money to them.
For sure.
Church got big screen TVs, HD TVs, and shit they don't even need. It's shit. Fucking Reverend pulling up in limousines and Bentleys and shit. Driving Mercedes Benz, and all your kids is in jail. But you go in there faithfully.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely happens. Let's see. I think I know what your answer is going to be on this, but it kind of works into what we talked about earlier. This dude wanted to know if you've ever done any ghostwriting for any other MCs.
I'm gonna be honest with that. I have started, but I was ghostwriting for niggas and not even know the fuck that I was doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Just by being real with motherfuckers, they was nibbling off my shit, and was it ghostwriting is when you get paid for doing the shit.
Yeah,
I wasn't being paid for doing the shit. Niggas just was stealing a lot of my ideas and shit.
That's more like cats biting, though. That's not really ghostwriting. That's just like, yo, Razah, let me hear that verse, and then you.
Nah, that shit is ghost biting.
we just pioneered a new term right there, man.
Yeah, ghost biting, man.
Like, yo, Razah, let me hear that verse, and then you hear my shit come out with like your verse on it, and I'm like, no, dog, I wrote that, you know. Like, come on, man. Okay, that's crazy. All right. Okay, yeah. Here's one for you. Fucking, this was one of my ones that I was just wondering about. So, back in the day when y'all did the Sunz Of Man album, you know, the album was crazy. You guys charted up like 2 different spots in the Billboard and whatnot. So basically, what my question is what's the difference between the studio process that y'all were doing when you did that album back then and recording underground records now, just the more independent underground records? Did anyone have any idea that was going to be as huge and as crazy as it was? Or was that y'all just would have did that album the same way no matter what?
No, when we was doing that, it was like a lot of different things. Like we did a lot of stuff in different places. Some of that we did a lot of recording. We was in a better atmosphere. We was in Cali when we was doing that shit. Mm-hmm. It wasn't so much distractions and shit when we was trying to do music. That's why we went out there to in the first place. Mm-hmm. And back then it was all that like that. The last shit, the first album, that shit was done on 2-inch tape, 2-inch reel. None of that digital Pro Tools shit was around yet. True Master, Fourth Disciple, they were coming to the studio with ASRs and shit. Mm-hmm. Kurzweil machines, they was... Producers don't even carry a fucking keyboard no more.
Nope. Well, they carry a keyboard, it's just not a real piano keyboard, it's just a computer keyboard. It's just not the same, it's not the same keyboard.
Yeah, you get that shit right on the fucking head with that shit.
They carry a keyboard, it's just not a music keyboard.
Yo, that shit is the truth.
You got me on the ghost biting.
Yeah, it kind of keyboard, but this is not the same kind of keyboard.
No, it's not the Korg Triton shit that Dre be playing. Shit. Okay, yeah, I mean, I kind of gave this question away earlier because I said it in the form of a statement, like a failure, but it was, we spoke on the whole New World Order influence on the music industry, and, you know, Rez and I were just kind of wondering what your thoughts were with the film industry and Hollywood and whatnot being controlled by the same stuff, because now you got a lot of these artists and musicians acting in movies, so it's almost like it carries right over.
Mm-hmm.
So
that shit goes on.
Yep. For sure.
It goes on there too.
It's just all related. It's pretty much the entertainment industry. It's just all one.
You got underground actors too. Mm-hmm. You got underground rappers. You got underground actors too. That can explain the same shit that I'm talking about, but from the film shit.
Hell yeah. No, you should. I don't know if you had a chance to see the Gray State trailer. If not, I'll definitely shoot it over to you on Twitter. But it's this graystatemovie.com. It's basically about like the economic collapse and a lot of this other FEMA stuff and whatnot, martial law. And it's a really, really dope independent movie. They put up this like 10-minute concept trailer.
Where's it at? Where'd I find it?
It's on YouTube. It's called Gray State, but or graystatemovie.com. But I'll definitely send you the trailer so you can check it out. I think you'll like it. It pretty much talks about, you know, a lot of the stuff that we rhyme about. It's really, Like it's you can tell it's an independent movie because it's not like not censored at all. You know what I mean? It shows like the microchips, all of that shit. You know what I mean? So they really go in, but it's just a concept trailer.
Get me that.
Hell yeah, I'll definitely get that to you. This one here kind of comes back to a little bit of the projects we were talking about before with solo versus group, but do you have a preference of working on solos versus groups? Like, even though the solos are harder, do you prefer either one?
I love working solo.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I'm on time, and then there's not a lot of confusion with shit like that.
Hell yeah. If you show up to the lab, this shit gets done.
Other ways, it's gonna cause a bunch of confusion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Getting the schedules on the same page and whatnot.
Because they want to go hang out and do a bunch of other shit.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. Guess I'll go back to my list here. What genres of music you like to listen to besides hip hop?
Me, old school music. Curtis Mayfield, Marvin Gaye, Leroy Hudson, shit like that.
Hell yeah.
That's all I listen to. I can't fuck with this rap shit now.
Definitely. Stay on that soul tip before the industry got corrupted, or anyway worse than it is.
That's why my music is the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
Because they had a lot of respect for their shit.
Hell yeah.
Rappers don't got a respect for this shit. When you turn it on, it's fucking bitch this, fuck that, fuck this, fuck that. It's like, damn, man, I ain't even get 5 minutes into this damn song, and he already done curse everybody out around me. Fuck this, fuck that, this, that. It's like, yo, man, what kind of shit is that? That shit used to be censored out of music. So now it's not censored, so now that's all they write.
Yeah, starting to seem that way. Oh yeah, this goes along with the digital and whatnot. I was thinking of this, but I didn't get to ask it to you. What are your thoughts on Autotune and the vocoder? I'm assuming by now you've heard some of these Autotune songs where the people sing but they can't really sing.
I'm gonna tell you that's going into the digital shit. With that's the digital realm of the Pro Tools shit.
Yep.
That's the Pro Tools vocalist. That's all it is.
Yep. Exactly. Yep.
The motherfuckers know they can't sing. They happy that shit came out.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing I notice, a lot of the people who use it too, they're not people that have had any history of music or being artists. It's people like Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton that are known for being a reality star, and that's not a talent to begin with. Then all of a sudden you find out, oh yeah, so-and-so is in the album. They're recording a studio. I'm like, that person's not a singer. You know what I mean? Like,
that's what it's used for. Motherfuckers that don't got no fucking talent in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Just switch on that computer button and go.
Oh, you know, I want to be a singer so I could take some of their money.
Yeah, exactly.
You know why that happened? Because a lot of musicians started jumping into the Hollywood shit with the films and the actors shit.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So they started taking their jobs. So they said, "Fuck it, I'll take their jobs too now."
Mm-hmm. Definitely. How do you feel about Ninth Wonder's production?
He's dope.
Hell yeah.
Ninth Wonder is dope. He's another Ayatollah to me. Them two is like right, neck and neck with each other.
Hell yeah. Definitely.
He got with who's he got with? The Boot Camp.
Yep.
They need to put out more work with him.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Cause they came out with that little project with who was Buckshot and then him.
Yep.
But they stopped after that.
Well, I think he did a couple other collabo albums with a couple other people. I don't know if he did one with KRS at one point, and then I think he just did a new one with someone else. I mean, that dude grinds like crazy.
KRS-One is doing some. So I love him, man. He teaching. Him and Professor Griff. You can look them both up on YouTube too.
Yeah, man.
They teaching on hip hop. He teaching on hip hop Kabbalah, and one of them. And check out Black Dot, D-O-T, Black Dot, on YouTube. He break down some shit on hip hop too.
Hell yeah, Professor Griff is definitely the man. He teaches on every subject too, not even just hip hop, to a lot of the New World Order shit we talked about, and pretty much everything else under the sun. What producers would you like to work with in the future?
In the future? That's something I would. That's you got me with that, because
there's just one from the chat. It's not one I had prepped, but we can let you think on it. What's the biggest issue that you see in the underground scene?
The biggest issue is that they don't have much attention on it that it should have. It should be equal as mainstream.
Definitely. But
it's all music.
So whose fault does that lie on, though? Is it just the artists and the fan bases not promoting themselves enough, or is it because of the mainstream has that stranglehold that they can just block out any channel?
It's the labels.
Mm-hmm.
It's the labels mainly. But then the label's going to blame the artists.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but they come in with all this sample music and I can't do nothing with that. Mm-hmm. Which is true. The underground is pretty much, you can't get this cleared, can't get no samples cleared, this, that kind of third. Mm-hmm. And, that's not going to play on the radio. So that's what became the underground.
Mm-hmm. So it's pretty much, if you have any sample, you can't get it cleared, they don't want it, they're not going to play your record, and they're not going to do anything for you.
Exactly, and then that turns into being underground.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why the mixtape scene got so big.
Oh, yeah.
Because all them songs they couldn't get cleared got pushed to mixtapes.
Hell yeah. Let me see what else I got for you. Okay, well, going along with that, what's the most positive aspect of the underground scene?
The art is more respected.
Hell yeah.
The art is more respected. You don't hear a bunch of complaints about shit with whack albums and shit.
Yeah. The labels just pushing the albums out the door and not worrying about how they sound and whatnot.
Exactly.
What oh yeah. So we saw you were working on the spiritual Kung Fu album at some point down the line.
That's with Tokyo Cigar. That's the Heavenly Cartel album.
Yeah, that's what you were talking about earlier. So going along with that project, my man Rez had this question basically about the title. With the popularity of mixed martial arts, do you think the spiritual side of Kung Fu is being overlooked and somewhat ignored now that all people want to see is just two steroid guys smashing each other's faces in the octagon?
See, the thing with martial arts is that there's a physical side and a spiritual side to it. Spiritual arts is martial arts would be like Tai Chi and shit like that. Mm-hmm. That's when you see the legends, them flying around and all that kind of shit in the Tai Chi master. That's spiritual. That was the same thing. And that been going on in the Bible too.
Hell yeah, definitely.
King David had 37 mighty men. And his mighty men was doing martial arts. You read Psalms, you see dudes jumping around, flying here, doing all that kind of shit, flying around, doing all that kind of shit, and that's what they was doing. They was using Tai Chi and shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
They was going in through one village, and one man would fuck up the whole village.
Yeah, I've definitely read about that when the 18 Shaolin monks came to that coastal city there and killed the 600 pirates or whatever it was. Definitely makes you wonder.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But yeah, no, definitely. I'm definitely interested in the modern Arnis Filipino stick fighting style myself. So it's definitely a lot to be said there.
It's also gonna be like a comic book kind of thing with the Heavenly Cartel album too.
Sick, like a graphic novel, or what do you have in?
Yeah, pretty much like that, like a graphic booklet that's gonna come with that.
Oh, dope. Well, everybody knows I'm a huge comic fanboy, so that'll definitely be good for me. We saw that you had a gospel rock album possibly slated for.
That's with me and my producer Chrome.
Okay, word.
We got an album together too.
Dope.
That's called Chrome Razahs.
Chrome Razahs. That's gonna be crazy.
And that's the type of style we use for that.
Hell yeah. No, that's sick. I'm definitely into a lot of the metal rock crossover stuff, so I think that'll be dope. And Chrome is really dope. He did the Ill Bill Kill a Priest joint back in the day on that Ill Bill mixtape, and that was crazy.
He did that shit, Come See Me, with me, Coogee Rap, Sean Price, and C. Ray Walls. I had it on my cloud for a minute too.
Nice. Dope. That's it. Yeah, Sean P is really dope. He just dropped a dope album too.
I like Sean Price.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. He's one of the most consistent MCs in the underground, definitely.
Shout out to the whole Brownsville. Shout out to my Brownsvillian family, the Rose Cartel, the Rose family. My big brother, Daddy Rose, is home. He's Maccabee affiliate too.
Yes. Shout outs to all of them for sure. Mad love. Got a couple cues from this cat in the chat. So this cat's got a couple questions. He thinks that money is losing value. So what would be the smart thing to do with money as far as survival when it comes to the inevitable collapse?
The smart thing to do with money when it comes to collabs?
Yeah. I mean, he didn't really say paper or gold bars, but if he's talking about paper money, I'd say burn it because it's not going to be shit to do with that. Like,
it's not.
But who do we know that has a bag of gold coins anymore? That'd be the thing to get, but it's just like that shit is just tough to come by.
You be the one. You might as well run around look for a leprechaun while you at it too.
Yeah. Hey, there's a rainbow over there. Let's see what's at the end of it. The same cat said, "Meat is bad for you. The waters are polluted. What are some smart foods that people could eat?" And just wondering how you prepare your foods.
Organic food is the best food you can eat, and when it comes to meats, fish.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm Sicilian, so I know about
fish, and stay away from anything seedless. Any seedless type of fruit or anything like that. So, because how the fuck did they grow it?
Mm-hmm. Watch out for them GMOs too. That shit's no good.
If you go Whole Foods is a spot too to stay in.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
Because they got to sell a lot of organic shit. And it could be detergent too. They get organic detergent shit too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not just, a lot of people don't know that, there's organic everything. It's not just food that you eat. You can pretty much get organic anything these days.
And if you could get your hands on alkalinic water, that's good for you too.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll bang out back to my old list here. What's up with the epic hip hop soul group that you're working on with Shroom? You guys gonna have that ready at some point?
Yeah, we almost finished with that.
Tight.
We just finishing up. He did some work with Ghostface for some Ghostface stuff. He did a song on that Wu Block shit too.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. Yeah, dude. Shroom does a lot of crazy shit, man. I mean, basically all the producers you guys work with are top notch, of course, but I think Shroom, stands out there with his own style.
Our album that we got together is crazy.
I believe it.
It's crazy.
Hell yeah. No, I mean, that's definitely something we like to push a lot here is cross-genre solidarity, whereas I'm, mostly come from a hip-hop metal background, and my co-host is a punk rock cat from the UK. You know what I mean? We like to show people that people from other genres do build together, and whereas you're an artist that's actually doing, multiple cross-genre projects, it's nice to have a real guest, a real artist that actually exemplifies that through their work, as opposed to just talking about it all the time. Because
I'm working on something with Blaster Beats too. Me and Blaster Beats got an album we working on now too, and me and the Snow Goons.
Yeah, I think shout out to Blaster. I think he came through. He hit me up on Twitter. He disagreed with our thoughts on Fruity Loops and Reason, but I'm sure he still makes fire. I mean, I think it kind of depends on the artist and their style. I've definitely heard people who can make good digital beats, but it's like, it just seems for every person that's decent, there's 50 or 100 that are just terrible. So it's like, I think it makes it a little bit harder to shine through when you're doing the digital beats. But shout out to Maccabee and the Rebel. They both make fire beats.
Wait, I think he followed me around, Maccabee Beats or something like that.
Yeah. That's my vice president of Planet X Records. He's also in my group Guerrilla Alliance. Yep, definitely. What's up with your epic project with Killer Priest, the Vatican joint?
We still working on that too.
So that's that top secret shit.
That shit right there, that shit gonna be retarded. Niggas gonna fucking fall out when they hear that shit.
We ain't gonna say too much about that one, but motherfuckers aren't even ready for that kind of crazy fire.
That shit gonna be retarded.
It's just gonna be off the chart. That's gonna be that fucking epic celestial shit.
That shit is gonna be huge. Niggas gonna be like, yo, that shit is crazy, man. After that, they gonna do. Oh yeah. After that, everybody gonna forget everything they was listening to.
What happened to my CD collection? My entire computer deleted.
I'm taking all this whack ass music out of my fucking system now.
They can't even take it out. You just put in the Razah and Pre CD and it just auto deletes. It's like, why is this the only CD I have now? I just put it in.
That shit is gonna be humongous. Niggas will be like, yo, this niggas is crazy. The Maccabees album is crazy too.
Yeah, hell yeah. And where cats can find that on iTunes or?
Nah, that's not out yet.
Oh, okay, word. Definitely. Yeah, so keep us posted on that. We'll definitely spin some of those joints over here and get that shit popping for y'all. It's just. Yeah, so judging by the old Wikipedia page there, it looks like 2013 is going to be your most ambitious year yet as far as project output. So would you just say that, what does that do to just pure inspiration? Or are you just more inspired now than you've ever been due to the world affairs and whatnot, that you're just ready to go in? Or what's the reason for such the high output?
Because I don't listen to nobody's shit. I stay working.
Hell yeah.
Everybody, yo, did you hear this shit? Did you hear that? Nah, I was too busy.
Yep. Just keep your axe to the grind and keep dropping fire.
Yep. And I stay away from motherfuckers too.
Hell yeah. That's how it's got to be. We talked a little bit about this and kind of alluded to it here and there, but I was just with someone that has your experience, this is just something I tend to ask the more experienced artists. But what do you think about the difference between the '90s industry recording contract studio standard versus recording independent releases now for the underground? What is the effect on the album output? Clearly, for an artist like you, it definitely benefits you because you're putting out more stuff. But do you think for other artists, it's just like not as good because now that they're on their own, they're just like kind of just putting things out because they know they have a fan base for the '90s? But a lot of people are getting kind of critical of some of the older artists' new releases.
Pretty much, yep.
They're just putting something out because they know that there's a fan base intact, but they're just not actually trying to please anyone. They're just trying to get it out just to get it out.
They don't want to lose their fans base to another competition.
Mm-hmm.
So they hurry up and they in a hurry to. Oh, look, I still got music.
Mm-hmm.
But the fans get upset with that whack shit.
Because the younger artists could just look at that style and say, oh, we know these guys still have fans. We'll sound like them. So there's that threat of that as well.
And then you just push them more closer to the other competition now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot of people in their ear that just, oh, you gotta hurry up with this album. We gotta hurry up. And one of the main things when you're independent, you better have some other source of money. Better have another way of getting money if you're an independent artist. Don't just depend on a record deal to get some money to feed your family, kind of shit. Because what's gonna happen is you're gonna be in a hurry to sell out and do some dumb shit. And those kind of mistakes, once you make those kind of mistakes, you can't go back and fix them shits.
Definitely.
But you got to be grounded on something, because if you're not, you just wobbling around, you're going to do a whole bunch of dumb shit.
So the key is to not just rush then and just take your time and make sure you take the right steps as opposed to just grabbing anything that you see in front of you.
Mm-hmm. And don't let nobody else rush you to do shit.
Hell yeah, because that goes the other way too, for sure. Here's one of your dedicated fans. They said, please never leave the rap game, and have you ever thought about giving up on music?
No, I love it too much to do that. I would never do that to you or myself.
Hell yeah. So there you have it.
And I was born to do this.
That's the truth. What do you think about the Anunnaki?
That's true. Zachariah Sitchin was right on point with that shit.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
That's true shit.
Yeah, we think so too. We think so too here. That's why we got the Planet X radio idea.
I like that name too, because the Nibiru.
Yeah.
Nibiru Network.
Yeah, exactly. That's the AKA, as coined by Razah himself. Good shit.
It's a Nibiru Network here. Planet X Radio.
Yeah, you're now tuning into Planet X. That's why we got Planet X Records, and that's why we keep it moving.
That shit is dope. I like it.
Yes, sir. Just doing what we can. All right, I don't know. It's up to you, Raze. Should I play a couple more tracks so we can come back, see if any more cues come in? Or I mean, I don't want to keep you all night, but we'd like to have you as long as you got.
No, well, I'm good. I did all my business already because I was already expecting this, so I took care of my business shit early in the day.
All right, good shit. All right, let's play a couple of tracks, and we'll see if any more questions come in from Razah, and we'll come right back in a bit. Yo, yo, yo. Planet X Radio, Planet Resistance Show. Got my man Heaven Razah in the house. We got Gaz Resistance on the boards. He's having a little mic trouble, but he's still in the house with us in the mothership. Have we got you, Razah?
Yes, I'm still here.
Good shit, good shit. Had a couple more questions for you. Did Dr. Malachi Z. York ever influence any of your philosophies?
No.
We heard something about a Killer Army reunion, possible Killer Army reunion. Has anybody hit you up to maybe do anything on that project?
Not yet. I didn't know because the Killer Sin came home.
Yes. Yeah, I think they're still planning it out. But yeah, I just want to say one of my favorite verses from you was on "Wake Up," so that's definitely legendary track, legendary verse.
Thanks. That's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, same here. That song's fucking fire, and pretty much everybody who follows the whole Wu syndicate knows about that one. Here's a question for you. Do you use microwaves?
For what?
I guess cooking food. They didn't really specify.
No, too much radiation on your food. You don't put that in your body like that.
Yeah, hell yeah. I would agree.
I was scared now to make your dicks get smaller. Fuck with that radiation food, you're gonna shrink your shit up.
Yeah, dude. Hey man, whatever you need to tell people to get them to do the right shit, right? Because if you don't say that shit, people will just say, well, what's the worst that could happen?
Now they're gonna know why they got a small dick. I gotta stop eating all that microwave food.
It's like, what's the worst that could happen? Do you really want to know, motherfucker?
Yeah, my God just broke up with me. Because you eat all that damn microwave food.
You don't always want to be thinking worst case scenario, because once you find out exactly what that shit is, it's like, oh, well, fuck. That's not what I had in mind.
I was going to think that it was the food I was eating.
Yeah, no one's going to think of that.
Yo, if I wanted to get Shroom to tune in, what would I have time to do?
What? How they tuning in? Computer or?
Let me ask him.
Who is it?
Shroom, the producer.
Shroom, all right. I mean, if he's on like a Droid or an iPhone, if he can get the Winamp app for his phone, he can go straight to the Shoutcast section and search for Planet X Radio.
What is called Winamp?
Yep. The app or the program or the app is Winamp. And he would just have to go to the Shoutcast radio section and just search for Planet X Radio. But, I mean, I could just give you all the website. It's just planetxrecordsllc.com/radio for the website.
Planet X
Records LLC.com/radio.
Planet X Records.
Yep.
And then what comes after that? LLC?
Yep.
LLC, and then what comes after the C?
.com/radio.
Shit. All right, /radio.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a whole chat room on the website and whatnot. That's how we're taking some of your questions. But shout out to Shroom, for sure.
Our project is crazy. This shit called The Dutch. This shit is banging.
Hell yeah. Oh, yeah. I read about, because that's one of the cross-genre joints. Yeah, I read about that. That's the hip-hop soul group. Yep. Hell yeah. That's going to be crazy. And you said he did the Welcome to Red Hook Houses project?
Yup. Yeah. No. Not the project. He did that one song.
Okay. Word.
On that album, that's the only song he did.
Okay, word. Yeah, that album's fire too.
And then he did the Superstar record on Ghostface album that Busta Rhymes is on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's crazy. That dude does crazy beats, man.
He's talented, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, any other sites, any other links, and anything else you need to shout out, Raze, where people can hit you up. Someone just asked what your favorite movie of all time is.
The movie is the main thing.
Yeah.
That's the main thing right now.
What they're asking what your favorite movie was though of all time.
My favorite movie?
Yeah.
Shit. One of them. The Matrix.
Word up. Hell yeah.
The Matrix is dope because a lot of people are saying that shit is based on the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
And Neo means one, the one.
Yep. Also,
the chosen one.
Also, Morpheus from Greek mythology.
Yep. See, since I've been dealing with this Kabbalah shit, a lot of those directors is Kabbalists too.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these movies is that too. The X-Men is another one.
Yep.
It's either that or they boule movies.
Yep.
Boule movies with men kissing each other, the women kissing each other, and stupid shit like that is going on in the movies.
Mm-hmm. And the men dressing up as women and whatnot, playing all these weird women characters.
Exactly.
That's that. Yeah, that's that whack shit. We got a homie wants to know if you have a release date on Heaven Razah 2, if you're just shooting for a quarter or whatever you got it when the
not yet. Nature Sunz is getting some things together,
getting it squared away.
Mm-hmm.
That
as soon as I get that, believe that'll be the first thing you see in my feed.
Hell yeah. And motherfuckers know I'll be retweeting that shit, so anybody that's down with us will definitely be seeing that shit as soon as it drops. What were your thoughts? Do you have a chance to see the Django Unchained film by Tarantino?
Yup, that shit is crazy.
Yeah, they were asking what you thought about it.
That shit is another fucking Mortal Kombat kind of shit, but you know what? It slayed that shit.
Yeah, dude.
It took Mortal Kombat to the 10th power with that.
Yeah, they did, man. That was a bloody movie, man. That movie was awesome, though. That was a sick movie.
Because Quentin is a gore fucking master, man. When it comes to gore films, he's a master with that shit.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That shit was crazy. Did you have a chance to see, I meant to ask you this earlier, but I forgot. Did you have a chance to see Man with the Iron Fist, the RZA film?
That shit is a classic.
Hell yeah.
That shit, to me, that shit is almost on some Five Deadly Venom shit, but more gangster film with it.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, that was dope too. They were both good for sure.
I'm so happy for RZA, man. I love him, man. He deserved that kind of work, you know?
Hell yeah.
And he did a good job in this shit too.
No, he did, man. That shit was sick, man. RZA's a beast, man. I'm glad, he proved that someone could transfer over from music and still make a good movie,
And keep the original fucking shit too while they did it.
Exactly.
The only one that I could say that did that shit too was Tupac.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And I want to shout out Tupac and the Outlaws too. Shout out to Tupac, the Outlaws, Young Noble, and Mo Preem Shakur. Those my dudes, man. I fucks with them.
Hell yeah. My man Rez looks like Shroom's in the building. Shout out to Shroom, he's in the chat.
Wings up, family tree. That's my heart right there. It was connected now. Now, there you go. Our album gonna be retarded. That shit is crazy. We're gonna show niggas what hip hop should be if they wasn't so caught up in fucking dumb shit.
Well, because they want to wear kilts and kiss dudes, and you know what I'm saying? They're just not, Lil Wayne skateboarding. They're just not interested in doing what you and Shroom are doing, which is making authentic, genuine music.
But that's gonna make them motherfuckers pop back out, though.
Mm-hmm.
Same way I didn't understand why the fuck Busta Rhymes go over there and sign with them for.
Mm-hmm.
It should have been the other way around. They should have been signing with him.
Yeah, I agree. But then you had them going around saying they signed Fred Durst and Limp Bizkit, and they made that announcement for about a week before that guy was just like, oh, wait, no, we're not. I don't even have a band anymore. And then he just disappeared again. So it's always funny to see those pseudo-celebrities that pop up whenever they think they're going to get a contract and get attention again, but it just doesn't happen.
See, the thing is that Young Money shit, all the kids is following that shit. So when you want to get that fan base, your label gonna get in your ears about you need features from them and they artists and all kinds of shit like that. So then you start thinking, oh, I need to go over there then.
Yeah, for sure. And well, I mean, what's crazy about that too, we talked about it before on the show, is those artists were all internet MCs, like Nicki Minaj and Drake. They got signed off MySpace back in the day. That was like how they got discovered. So it's like it's really funny to see, where these artists come from.
You know what? That they was mixtape people too, but then once they got signed, they left that shit alone.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, and the one good thing I will say about Drake is, I'm not a huge fan of his music, but at least he's been supporting the battle scene. He's been going to some of the King of the Dot battles up in Canada and supporting a couple of those battles. So it's good to see, some of these bigger whatever mainstream artists or whatever commercial artists support battle rap, because it's one of the last few forms of free hip-hop entertainment. They just upload the battles straight to YouTube, and it doesn't really cost you anything to watch them, which is nice. You can still be entertained. So
see, what people don't understand, there's a fucking big scene, and Canada has a big music scene out there.
Mm-hmm.
Same alignment with New York scene, and Toronto is the New York of Canada. One of my producers out there too. I got a movement out there in Toronto too. That's part of my ghetto government shit is out there too. It's called the NAU.
Oh yeah.
My producer is St. Peter from over there.
Dope. Yeah, shout out to T-Dot. There's a lot of dope shit up in Toronto.
I fucks with, and my DJ Rated R is from over there too.
Mm-hmm. Sick. Yeah, no, there's definitely a huge scene up there for sure.
I fucks with Toronto. I fuck with them because they had a lot of love for me when I went out there to do shit.
Hell yeah.
And I was shocked that I'm like, wait a minute, way up north, you tell me up here is like that with the rap shit too?
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
And see, when I go on the road, I don't hide in my hotel room like most rappers do, talking all this gangster shit, but the niggas be hiding in their hotels and shit.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers don't even know you got a show there. They don't even know you came yet.
Hiding in the trailer and shit. Scripture's in the house. We got Scripture in the chat now. Shout out to Scripture.
Wings up. That's the Connecticut chapter general right there.
Yeah. Looks like this question is from Shroom. I think this is Shroom. Ask Razah if he agrees on this. The Dutch album is a musical blaxploitation movie.
Yup.
That's awesome. That's got to be the best question ever asked, I think, on this.
It is. That's the type of feeling that they're going to get when they hear the damn music. They're going to say, where the fuck is the movie to this shit?
Classic, dude. That was amazing. Shout out to Shroom.
That shit is right there, the blaxploitation. That shit is, damn, that'll be, we already got the title and shit, but that's a dope-ass title for that shit. That shit is cinematic, is actually what the fuck that shit is.
You can use that for the mixtape. Yeah, speaking of mixtapes, did the Angels and Demons mixtape ever drop? I remember there was a couple fire tracks from that.
I'll pull back on that. I pulled back on that because I found out that I was alone with shit.
No doubt. Word.
When this happened to me, Shabazz went and joined and became Gravediggers.
No doubt.
So I released the Ghetto Government mixtape. I put out the Ghetto Government mixtape.
Word up. So how is that? Is that relationship still intact now? Are you guys going to be doing any more Thug Angels, or are you into other projects now?
I haven't heard from Shabazz since I've been home from the hospital.
True.
I spoke to Ayatollah. Me and my brother Ayatollah talk all the time.
Mm-hmm. And he makes some crazy beats as well, for those who don't know.
I put that whole shit together. Me and Ayatollah is label mates. We both on Nature Sounds.
Mm-hmm.
I put that whole shit together. Now, while I was in my recovery, I wouldn't even say Ayatollah because he's a producer. Shabazz should have been holding the shit down while I was in recovery. But he was so busy caught up and he had to run around and he's Gravediggers now.
For sure. So, I mean, you got a lot of projects going on anyway. But tell the heads about Nature Sounds who don't know. How'd you link up with them? And tell some heads about that, since you and Ayatollah are both over there.
Nature Sounds is probably one of the dopest underground rap labels that you can find good records from today.
Hell yeah.
R-Rated Rugged Man can drop an album too. His shit's gonna be crazy too. Shout out to my brother R-Rated too.
Yeah, definitely check out the Razah and Rugged Man videos on YouTube. Got a couple crazy projects.
Yep, it's called the Posse Cut.
Mm-hmm. And then what? The Renaissance is that the other one?
Yeah, the Return of the Renaissance.
Yep.
The first one is the Renaissance. The second one is Return of the Renaissance.
Crazy fire. Crazy fire shit. So yeah, this cat wants to know where they can find the Ghetto Government digital download. Is that up anywhere on any stores in Nature Sounds or?
Nah. It may be on Dat Piff. Okay. I put it on Dat Piff, and then if you can't find it there, it's just on my SoundCloud.
Word up, definitely. Keeping that in mind for sure. So. Yeah, man, that's basically everything that we've had for you.
So we had a great Sunz Of Man Sunday today.
Hell yeah, man. Sunz of Sunday for sure. Just shout out anything else that you want to fucking get out there to everybody know where they can find your shit. Shout out to Shroom, shout out to Scripture. Everybody.
That's right. Just look out for the movie that I just finished, and that's the main thing.
Oh yeah, is that going to be available in the Nature Sound store as well? Will that be the main?
That's gonna be in the movie theaters.
Oh, word! I'm ready for that. But what about after release though? You guys gonna have the DVD?
It probably end up on Netflix.
Cool. Hell yeah. Netflix is good shit.
That's all I fuck with. Netflix is in my phone. I don't fucking play no games with that shit.
Hell yeah.
So I fucked around and ran into that Zeitgeist shit. My sister told me about that. She said, I got something that you should see. I know you will love it. Mm-hmm. I said, what is it? She said, no, it's on Netflix. She said, go in there and type in Zeitgeist.
Oh, that shit actually came with the LCOB album Zeitgeist too. The last one of the last albums they did or whatever actually came with a DVD copy. So that was pretty crazy too.
That's because the dudes is fans of certain shit. Don't think Alex Jones and them don't listen to rap shit. He like Immortal Technique too.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, yeah. I think who did he? I think he had Prodigy on his show. He's had a lot of people on his.
He had Prodigy on his show.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because Prodigy was talking about Barack Obama.
Yeah, the Illuminati for sure.
Which I was so happy he did that shit. But you know what's so crazy? Because when we Killer Priest is who introduced everybody to that whole shit on that whole.
Oh hell yeah, man. Killer Priest is the OG, man. What's that one joint? Silent Assassin. That shit is crazy, man. We gotta play that on the show.
You heard his new album? That shit is dope.
What was the last one I heard? I don't know if I heard his new album. I think I heard the last couple before that. I was trying to wait on that Four Horsemen shit, the shit that he was doing with Cannabis and them. Though those tracks are crazy, man.
I was waiting on. There's a song with me and Cannabis on YouTube.
Word up. Is it original though, or?
It's original because shit never been released. Other than that.
That's sick though. Did you guys do it in New York though, or did you just send in your verses?
I did my part in New York.
Sick. Yeah, shout out to Cannabis. I got a really dope. Actually, I sent you the joint we did with Cannabis, with the video, the black and white video.
Yup, that shit was dope too.
Cannabis killed that shit. Fucking that guy's a maniac. Y'all should tap him for the joint with you and Priest. He's always a good person.
He will be on that album.
Hell yeah. We'll definitely be spinning that shit here for sure.
Him and I got a song with Razah.
Word up. Yeah, because he's for the horse too, yeah. And Corrupt is good too. Corrupt gets enough respect for what he does, because that dude's a beast.
Look, I'm waiting for him to drop some shit, man.
Yeah, that dude tours like a madman, dude. Like, we had his boy M80 here on the show, and he's just like, dude, Corrupt is either in the studio or touring every day. Like, that dude is crazy.
He's dope, man.
Yeah, man. So, hit sound.com at Razah on Twitter.
That's right. Check out my Heaven Razah Twitter, my Razah Ruby's Twitter, Hellraiser Twitter.
Yeah, Razah Rubies.
My MySpace and my Facebooks.
Yeah, and what's the SoundCloud? SoundCloud/Hellraiser?
SoundCloud is Heaven Razah.
SoundCloud/Heaven Razah.
And if you want to tumble with me, it's Thug Angel's Tumblr.
Word up. Yeah, definitely get at Raze on the Thug Angels Tumblr. And
the girl's boyfriend's mother is going to drive her out here.
Yeah, man. So that's what it is. Everybody follow Razah on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Check out his albums on iTunes. I mean, he's pretty easy to find. You should know who Hellraiser is. This is probably our most well-known guest. But we also posted some stuff with Razah up in the X Records news section. If you head right up to the top of our website where you see the radio button, if you're in the chat room now listening to the show, head on over to news. I posted a little article about Razah, this SoundCloud music. And thanks for coming through, homie. It's a fucking awesome show. Pleasure to have you. It's our honor.
And if y'all need certain people, let me know. I'll get it for you.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Tell anybody who wants to come through. Shroom, I'm working on Fourth Disciple. He said he's going to come through in a couple weeks. And
get Timbo King and
I think Ray's has dropped down a little bit there.
you can hear me?
Yeah, you're back. You just dropped out for a
Get
second.
I get you Prodigal Son from Sunz of Man
Hell
and
yeah.
Killer Priest. I'll link y'all up with shit.
Yeah, man. Send them all my way, man. You got my email. You know, me and you talk on the Twitter. So, you know, any of those black market, Sunz of Man, anybody that wants to come through, you know, we'd love to have Priest down the line.
And get William Cooper, too.
Yeah. I was actually just in William Cooper's music video when he came up here to Boston a couple months back. So.
Oh, wait, y'all in Boston?
Yeah, I'm up in Boston, yep.
You heard the joint I did with Gage?
No, I didn't hear that.
I did a joint for him. I don't know what he's doing with this shit. If he ain't using it, then I'm going to take the shit back.
Yeah, hell yeah, definitely, man. You know, we'll definitely, but, you know, definitely want to hear Scripture on some new shit. I think I sent you the joint we did with Scripture. And keep building like we've been doing, man. Like I said, you know, you got my email. Any of the homies want to come through, send them my way, man. We'll get them on the show for sure. Sunday, 4 p.m., Planet Resistance, every Sunday.
I got you.
All right, family. Good shit.
All right, family.
Excellent show. Thank you for coming through, God.
No problem, man. Y'all keep it up the good work, man. Wings up. Salute, my G.
Thank you, sir. Wings up. Peace.
Peace.